So the message that I have for the generations that have come before me is a message of gratitude.
I think they've done amazing work as trailblazers, whether they've been loud and proud, rightfully so angry activists in the streets, or whether they've just been quietly living their lives, wanting to just be left alone like anyone else. I take a lot of pride in what they've done for people like me.
I'd like to say thank you for the last generation that continued to build such an incredible community for me to stand foot on and to help build the next.
The way that our trans elders got to where we are today was from screaming and shouting and from, demanding our rights.
I'm so grateful for all my trans ancestors who have laid out this gorgeous path for me to celebrate my life upon.
It's a different world today. It's still hard, but it's not as difficult as it was. And I'm so fortunate for that. We're all so fortunate.
Thank you. I don't know how much I can verbally express how grateful I am for their existence, and I fully acknowledge the existence of all the girls and women and men who have come before me, because of them, I am. Because of what they've had to go through, I'm able to enjoy a little bit of freedom. I'm able to enjoy the rights that I have because of the amazing women and the amazing men who have fought to get their voices heard and to get their message across to the mainstream society.
To some extent, we are better off than we used to be in some cases, but we still have a very, very long way to go, especially around the world.
When you think about the generations before us here today that have been murdered, it's horrific.
I don't have words except for just sadness and anger about that.
Transgender Day of Remembrance
Falls every year on the 20th of November.
All around the world.
On that day, we light candles to remember those that we've lost.
As a trans woman of color, I feel like a walking statistic sometimes. I am 80 times more likely to experience murder, violence, or even discrimination. And that's a very scary statistic. It's a very scary percentage, and it's a scary reality. Transgender Day of Remembrance is just a day where we collectively remember all those people that have fallen victim to hate. We're sick and tired of being the victim. We just want to be accepted into society. We just want basic human rights, and in the bigger picture, that's not too much to ask for. I appreciate every day as it comes, because I know that there are so many girls who haven't gotten the opportunity to live as long as I have. The reported numbers of the girls who have been murdered each year, that's just all it is, the reported cases, because I'm pretty sure there's several other cases that have gone unreported, and unfortunately all those girls remain nameless and faceless. Transgender Day of Remembrance falls every year on the 20th of November. My name is Calypso, and I'm a transgender woman.
It really frustrates me that we're in such a new age where so much has come, where we're still so stuck in the past for trans rights. It's so many young people, trans women of colour, are still having their lives taken away from them for no reason other than their gender. I hope that Transgender Day of Remembrance can bring a bit of insight for the rest of the community to not just remember, but to celebrate all these beautiful lives that have been and will be. Transgender Day of Remembrance brings a whole whirlwind of emotions for me. It's reflecting on our past, preparing for the future, paving out the way for the next people, and despite all this terror that comes with losing all our precious trans people. I hope that the future generations can walk down the street, go to school, get that job, go to that interview, start that career path. I want to see change made for everyone to continue to live the lives they want to live in a safe environment when they can feel confident in their own body. Transgender Day of Remembrance falls on November 20 all around the world. My name is Billy Ward. I'm 19 years old and I use he, him pronouns.
I think it's a wonderful day of reflection, but also a good day to mourn the people we've lost and are still losing every day and are at risk of losing, and try and learn lessons from those that we've lost and those that are still suffering, because that's what we are. We're suffering just like anyone else, if not more so. Trans empowerment to me means someone being able to be who they are and go a single day or month or year without needing to be prepared to face harassment and abuse and assault and violence just for being who they want to be. Being trans to me is, I'm proud and so happy and satisfied with myself, but because of the discrimination we face, it's an extra layer of fear and shame I feel, and that's me as an adult with my own life. I can't imagine being a child lacking that self-determination and not feeling like I don't have that lighthouse in my own home. We're not looking to be saved. We want the rights and power that we deserve. Transgender Day of Remembrance falls on November 20 all around the world. My name is Julie Lowe. I'm a binary trans woman.
It's important to, remember those that were killed and those that were pushed into a place of suicide. Non-binary people are more visible and we are less understood, which creates higher levels of negative reactions to our existence. I hope the broader community can just see us as people. Being silent or uncomfortable and not knowing is being complicit. Be nice to us, which we're all just trying to be okay. Trans Day of Remembrance is an opportunity it's an opportunity to remember the truth of our history and where we've come to. It's an opportunity to reflect on people who have died. To be blatant, that's what it is, and it's people who have been pushed out of their families or rejected. It's an opportunity to reflect on the truth of history and also the reality of today. My name's Imogen. I'm 28 and I use she, her pronouns, and I am a non-binary trans femme person.
Transgender Day of Remembrance means so much to me. Being in the young generation, I can see how much it impacts the trans community.
I work with young trans people and I know I see how hard their lives are, and for no reason that's valid.
And it's important to our young people too. It's important to show them that, hey, this has happened. It is really unfortunate. We want to move forward from this. We want to celebrate it as a community and keep people informed and educated, know our statistics, know how it's potentially going to ruin the next trans kid's life. We need to prepare for that as a community, as a whole, not just in the queer community.
Transgender Day of Remembrance is an opportunity for young people to be able to see older, strong, trans and gender diverse people living their lives, being successful, and
being able to expand our horizons into different career opportunities. You know, a lot of girls dream about being doctors and lawyers and engineers.
Studying to be a teacher now, I want kids to know that they can find love and acceptance somewhere in life, in our communities, outside of it. There's always going to be someone, something that can make them feel accepted and that they can be who they want to be.
Hang in there and stay strong. It will get better. It will get better because there's good people who are fighting every day. There's good people who are making their voices heard. So just hang in there.
No matter what, there is some love for you out there. It's not always visible, it's not always right there in front of you, which is awful as it should be, but there is some hope, and having been there myself.
Remember how important it is just to include a friend.
Just keep living. That's the best resistance a lot of people have right now, is just living and being themselves, and we need that.
Like, I just want young trans people to know that no matter how hard it is, it's always going to get better eventually.